Well, we showed some exciting stuff last week on the big picture here for pork last week. I just want to get back to old-fashioned basics here for the pork and cattle here for this week. As far as the hog end, we do have some tight supplies, and you know what? As we can tell by this chart, generally kind of continue to fall here in supplies here over the next few weeks to reach our summer lows, and that's why we have those high prices in the summer. One thing of interest here on the chart, though, is we usually have some interesting peaks here. So cash hogs right now are the green line right here, and we are continuing to put them up here. One thing of interest right now is that May is holding the premiums to all the other summer contracts. And it is also interesting to see that at least this morning that May was having trouble. So right now the market's saying we've got cash hogs kind of slowing down right now. In fact, last 2 or 3 days, even maybe actually posting some slightly lower trade. So right now the trade is concerned a little bit on this May contract that maybe futures or the cash hogs won't hit that little May, that high May objective. But as far as our overall picture on the hogs, we're still saying, especially based on the exciting stuff we talked about last week, this is a bull market. We're using some $90 objectives here right now for our unofficial numbers on these summer contracts. Keep in mind, as the seasonal point shows, we may have a break in the last half of May, but typically this is not the top for hogs right now. So we're going to keep that in mind here as we kind of trail on this exciting time. Over on the cattle, let's do the exact same thing. What's interesting, the cattle are doing exactly what they should as far as supplies. There's no surprises going right now on the supply side. We're running a little higher, and we're pushing higher into summer. What is surprising, though, is we're not seeing much of a sharp drop yet in beef prices. So the green bars here, the green squares are the latest cash cattle trades. I heard there were some 98s again here today. That was steady to a little bit lower last week. But futures aren't acting like that. And here's one thing why, maybe supporting why we had this exciting run today. You may have heard a story out mid-morning about foot and mouth disease in South Korea. South Korea has been kind of maybe our number 4 to 6 buyer of beef this year, and you can tell on our total beef export chart all the way down here, we can kind of compare this against South Korea. So the idea here is if South Korea has this foot and mouth disease, which is a pretty tough disease, it's very contagious, and the public is very concerned about it, maybe they will buy some more beef from us. Whether it's worth a full dollar rally on the future side, I'm not quite sure of that, but it is maybe one little story to kind of put on the bull side here for today. But in the big picture, we still think that the higher supplies, which are coming in right now for cattle, will push prices lower. So we're kind of keeping our little longer-term bearish standpoint is still intact here for the beef side at least. But the more important point is what's going on right now. So